Let's imagine your dad gives you $10 to go to the movies on Saturday afternoon, as long as you promise an hour of lawn mowing in exchange. Because he knows the debt can be enforced, he lets you write him an IOU. Because both your dad and the next door neighbor know the debt can be enforced, your dad can trade your IOU to the neighbor, who can, theoretically, sell it to someone else in the neighborhood. If widely trusted, your IOU could even function as local money, circulating to enable exchanges of all kinds until someone who wants their lawn mowed calls you up and lets you extinguish the IOU. The IOU specified who was to deliver what to whom, in this case the bearer, and because you didn't want it hanging over you forever, you put an expiry date on it. Therefore, your IOU created a complete circle from credit issuance to credit redemption within a time limit. The IOU had a life cycle, like everything in nature. Your IOU created guaranteed employment for you because you were not obliged to pay back the $10 debt in money, only 1 hour of lawn mowing. Therefore, a widespread shortage of money or a general lack of job opportunities could have no effect on your ability to fulfill your promise. This is definitely not the case with bank credit. If I borrow $1,000 from a bank, I sign a contract to pay it back in cash or bank credit within a certain time. Therefore, my ability to pay it back depends on the amount of money in existence and how much of it is available to me to be earned. But according to this chart, most of the money created as a debt on a schedule is locked away indefinitely in someone else's bank savings. The circle from credit creation to credit redemption is broken. The result is that previous principal debt can only be extinguished with new principal debt. Therefore, the current system is dependent on sufficient and timely new borrowing to prevent previous borrowers from losing their homes to the banks. Defaults and evictions are mathematically inevitable every time new borrowing from banks slows down for any reason, thus locking us into the perpetual growth imperative that is leading us to extinction. Mutual credit systems are a huge improvement, but don't complete the circle either. Imagine I sell you a custom-made bicycle for $1,000 in mutual credit. I now have $1,000 more credits within the system that I can spend with anyone else in the system. You have $1,000 less. My credit has been created by the sale and delivery of a real thing, and bank debt at interest has been avoided. Impossible math has also been avoided. This is all excellent. But my $1,000 credit within the mutual credit system does not define what real goods and or services are to be delivered in return. Not when, not where, and not by whom. Like bank credit, the design of mutual credit also fails to complete the circle from credit creation to credit redemption. There is no built-in dynamic that forces circulation and balances trade relationships inherently. The producer credit system does complete the circle by design. In a producer credit system, I, as an approved issuer, pay you $1,000 in my producer credits in exchange for your goods and services. My producer credits are contracts for delivery of my goods and services within a certain time, backed up by a claim on my equity if I default. Thus, producer credits are legally enforceable debt. My producer credits can be saved or spent like money until maturity, at which point they must be redeemed for my goods or services or expire. In exchange for the credit extended me and the risk taken by the credit holders, I denominate my producer credits in an inflation-proofed value unit so that credit holders always get back the same value in real goods and services that was initially put in, plus an automatic discount on my prices when redeemed. We observe that everything in nature has a life cycle that cannot be avoided. Therefore, it might be wise to design money the same way. Of the three choices examined, only producer credits completes the credit cycle by design. Producer credits faithfully duplicate all the essential features of that valid IOU you gave your dad.